Sones. Reed.
Here.
Mayor Richardson.
Present. Jason, will you let us know when Councilmember Dolly's online? Thank you. First thing up is public comment. We give everybody an opportunity to speak that would like to speak. We've got, I believe, a few folks here that want to speak tonight on an item. Please limit it to anywhere to 3 to 5 minutes, somewhere in that neighborhood. So, what do you think there, Jackie?
Mr. DeMoris.
Okay. Yeah, just speak your name and address or name, and that'd be great. We'll go from there.
My name is DeMoris Dean from Marshalltown, Iowa. I'm president of Rho Eta Sigma chapter of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, as well as a couple of local nonprofit foundations. Here to speak to you today about trying to get a resolution passed through your board or through the council to designate a memorial designation for Highway 92 from Indianola, from Winterset to Indianola, to commemorate the achievements of Dr. George W. Carver. That's what the designation will be, the George W. Carver's Highway. The importance of this is that it commemorates his strive for education in 1890. Where he walked, not knowing if he would be able to gain entrance into college like he did at Highland College in Kansas, where he went there and was denied education or denied opportunity for education, where we here did in Indianola at Simpson College did achieve that by not looking at the color of his skin, but of the character of his being. And as we know, furtherance of his communication with Ames, becoming the first Black student, as well as the first Black graduate, as well as for a bachelor and master's, as well as him becoming the first faculty on campus, Black faculty on campus. So this is to commemorate his strive for education, and to commemorate this, we want to have that walk. We're going to have a walk on the 28th of, or the last Saturday of the month, where our fraternity members will come to commemorate that stand, and we want to continue that in the future. So what we're asking is just for the acknowledgement of the council to say it's okay. Some questions that have come in the past is, where does the funding come from? It's us. It's through my fundraising, through our organizations and so forth. So the only thing we're asking for is that you acknowledge and approve of us being able to go. All right? Not changing the name. It's only going to be commemorative as an addition, and we're looking at bringing more activities in the community to, one, tourism, as well as to commemorate some of this through tourism.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Madam Stubner.
Thanks. Well, for those of you I haven't met, my name is Sue Stubner. I'm the president of Simpson College and here in Indianola. We would just like to offer our strong support for placing the historic marker on Highway 92. As mentioned, George Washington Carver really began an extraordinary career by walking 25 miles from Winterset here to Indianola. And since 1975, Simpson College and the city of Indianola have been celebrating George Washington Carver's life and example by giving out an award every year and having a series of events. He was the second Black student at Simpson. He arrived as an artist, but quickly was noted for his interest in botany. And so a professor's husband helped him get up to Iowa State, where, as was said, he got his bachelor's and his master's, then went on to Tuskegee to teach, and it really began to do all sorts of things from not just the botany and the scientific experimentation, inventor, scientist, and humanitarian. So I think it would be an incredible tribute to George Washington Carver, as well as the spirit of these two communities. One of my, just being new, one of the things that really struck me was that George Washington Carver said that Simpson and Indianola was the first place where he felt he was seen as a human being. And that's pretty powerful. So thank you.
Thank you, Sue. We'll move on then, and we'll take a look at this. I think we can ask that question here at the end on the items for future agenda here. So let's talk about that. Consent agenda. Any items on the consent agenda that need to be pulled?
Questions on item E?
You want to just ask the questions, or do you want to?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, let's take a motion to approve first, and then we'll get to questions.
Second.
Motion and a second. Has Mr. Dalby joined us yet?
We're still working on trying to get him in.
Okay, okay. Go ahead, what's your question?
I just have questions about the longevity of the storage containers and how we'll get rid of them when we're done with them. Is there a recycling process?
Good evening, Council. Aaron Hurd, Fire Chief, 110 North 5th Street. Got a memo here from Captain Thad White. Essentially, these containers will need to be maintained by the training department, training officer. And the condition of them, I believe, is about 10 years is the life expectancy of the training containers, the type of burning that'll be done in them. As far as the disposal, we've made no plans for that. I assume that maybe all the recycling or the nature of some metal recycling company would at that point in time assist with that. There's not been any consideration given at this time.
And we haven't made any plans for where we would move it if we needed to.
There's been no plans currently identified. We're going to use the old wastewater treatment facility under the previous city administrator, Captain or Mr. Ben Reeves. He gave us authorization to use that facility until the city could determine what the future would be.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Oh, Ron on? Okay. You there, Ron? Okay, thank you. All right. Any other questions on the consent agenda? Otherwise, we'll have Jake run through it real quickly.
Item D, consideration of approval of the liquor license renewal for the Indianola Country Club doing business as the Indianola Golf Club. Their current license expires today on February 2nd. Staff have reviewed the application as well as inspected the premises. Item E is a resolution accepting a grant for the fire departments. It's an estimated $24,000 grant for the purchase of shipping containers to establish a modular fire training facility to be housed at the decommissioned wastewater treatment facility. The city attorney has reviewed the grant agreement and staff do not see any issues meeting the grant requirements. And item F is a resolution approving salaries. Some of the items included in there is temporary pay in police and community economic development for additional responsibilities. IWC staffing, some longevity increases.
Thank you. Any other questions? Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Davis.
Aye.
Thones.
Aye.
Lane.
Aye.
Rabe.
Aye.
Dalby. Armstrong.
Aye. Motion carries 6-0. Council committee reports. Does anyone have a report they'd like to give?
I have a landfill report.
Go right ahead.
We met January 14th. We approved a resolution to purchase a new tractor that will help maintain the landfill. They did follow the bid process, and I believe the price was around $675,000. It's replacing equipment that is from the 70s, so pretty old. We also passed an update to the, or just passed the budget and a resolution with the current repositories. Also approved a comp plan. Sorry, I can't talk tonight. A comp plan proposal to move forward with that. We tabled election of officers until we can do committee assignments here. And other than that, that's about it from the landfill.
Okay, thank you. Any other committee reports? I have a couple. I was at the MAC meeting a week ago. Mayor, that's the Metro Area Advisory Committee that is made up of council members and mayors from the metro area. Any of you are invited. You can obviously attend. It's 7:30 Tuesday mornings at room 305 at the State Capitol Building. We're meeting again tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning's discussion will be on property taxes. That will be the main issue. And legislators are invited. I did invite Representative Bowden. Said she would be there via Zoom, which is fine. So that's Tuesday. Wednesday, Mayor's Youth Council meets at 7 a.m. at the high school. They will be discussing their February 20th trip to Missouri Valley Lineman. They'll spend about an hour at Missouri Valley Lineman looking at and learning about the facility and what they have to offer at that point in time. Also, they'll be preparing for the Bike Fest, which is in early June. Doug, do we have a date on that yet? Do you know for sure? I'm not sure on the but June 6th. Thank you. Coffee with the Mayor is at 9 a.m. at Uncommon Grounds on Wednesday. Anybody's welcome and to attend and may do so. That discussion will be on whatever items are brought up. Eric Stevens, our Public Works Director, will be in attendance to answer any questions too and give a short presentation on himself and Public Works. The next one after that will be March 6th at the Wellness Campus. That's a Friday. It's at the Wellness Campus, and that one will focus on property taxes at that point in time. February 7th is Dino Fest at the library. I think last year I had my head in Dino's mouth, if I'm not mistaken, but somewhere along the line it kind of got stuck there somehow, way, shape, or form. It's always a great time, and so it's encouraged. What time do we start there, Michelle? Dino Fest?
9 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Thank you.
9.
9 o'clock?
9.
No, okay, 9 o'clock. Thank you.
Get out of
You already know because you're going, aren't you?
On the calendar.
It's on the calendar. Reminder on a couple of council meeting dates. The second meeting in February will be held Tuesday, February 17th. That's because of President's Day on the 16th. And the second meeting in March will be March 23rd due to spring break week, that prior week. So with that said, those are the items then for council committee reports. Next item up is confirmation or recommendation by me to fill an assignment on the Community and Economic Development Committee. Steve has served well. He asked to be off of that committee. I'm going to appoint Bob. I'd like to get confirmation of that here in a moment, for the reason being that the committee looks at projects all around the community, and so if it's probably best, I know the reason Steve was on there originally was because it was with your run project, but these are going to be projects all over the city, and so I'm going to ask Bob to step in there on that particular committee as well. So can I get a motion to approve that then, if that's okay?
Moved.
A motion and a second. Any discussion on that? Council or clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Davis?
Aye.
Jones? Lane?
Abstain.
Reed?
Aye.
Armstrong?
Thank you. With that said, then we have a couple proclamations here that I want to put out. There's a couple things that come up. February is a pretty busy month for proclamations, so we've had a few already, and one of them was for George Washington Carver Day at Simpson. This is on National Burn Awareness Week. Whereas in the United States, the CDC reports that 388,000 people received medical care for burn injuries in 2021, with 252,000 deaths from injuries related to hot objects or substances. And whereas compared to overall population, children under 5 are 2 times more as likely to be seen for burn injuries at a hospital emergency department. Young adults from 20 to 29 had a 1.4 times the risk, and those in the 30 to 39 age group had a 1.3 times the risk of the general population. And whereas the primary causes of injury include fire, flame, scalds, contact with hot objects, and electrical and chemical burns, many injuries occur in the workplace. Today, 96.8% of those who suffer burn injuries will survive. Unfortunately, many of those survivors will sustain serious scarring, lifelong physical disabilities, and adjustment difficulties. And whereas National Burn Awareness Week An initiative of the American Burn Alliance, Burn Association, is an alliance of the burn, fire, and life safety educators to make the public aware of the frequency, devastation, and causes of burn injury, as well as consistent and authoritative, I'm having the same problem, Melissa, thank you, measures to prevent these injuries and how to best care for those that are injured. And whereas the theme for 2026 National Burn Awareness Week is burn prevention where you live, work, and play, preventing burns in the workplace, where a common risk of injury exists from fire injury in the workplace, and whereas significant research and medical services have dramatically improved burn care and treatment, aided rehabilitation, shortened hospital stays, and increased burn survival rates, aftercare support for the physical and emotional effects of burn have also played a role in the successful reintegration of burn survivors in our communities. Furthermore, burn safety education and prevention efforts continue to reduce the number of people who suffer burns each year, and whereas many people devote their lives and careers to treating, caring for, supporting, rehabilitating burn injury survivors, including those performing vital work in the burn research and development. There are dedicated firefighters who risk their own lives every day to protect others, as well as burn foundations and other life safety professionals who promote burn injury awareness and prevention. Now, therefore, I, Steve Richardson, do hereby proclaim the week of February 1st through February 7th, 2026, as National Burn Awareness Week. I call upon all government agencies, fire, life safety, health care organizations, communications, media, and people of Indianola, Iowa, to observe the week with appropriate ceremonies and activities. Chief, is there anything special the fire department's doing for this month? I think this is National Burn Month, but I'm not sure.
We don't have anything specific planned other than just some communications that we'll send out through our risk reduction.
And Chief, if I may ask the question too, if someone has a question about smoke detectors or carbon dioxide detectors, can they contact the department?
We can reach out to our department. We do have a supply from the state as part of the program that we can install them into the homes.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay. The next one's a little closer. Well, they're all close to home, but this one's a little closer to home. This is a proclamation for Chris Street Day, whereas Chris Street was born February 2nd, 1972 and graduated from Indianola High School. And whereas Chris Street was a multi-sport athlete throughout high school, his athletic ability was undeniable. He was quarterback of the Indians football team and an all-conference baseball player, but his real passion for the game was basketball. And whereas Chris earned a starting position at the basketball team early on in high school, gaining the attention of Tom Davis, head coach of the Iowa Hawkeyes, Chris helped lead his team to state tournament, was named first team All-State his junior and senior seasons. Is that the celebration that they're doing this weekend? Is that a little later for that group to win the state championship? 2001. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's later, obviously. Yeah, later. Whereas Chris would go on to attend the University of Iowa and play for the Hawkeyes, where he played for Tom Davis. Chris's number 40 was retired with the University of Iowa men's basketball team. To this day, he holds the record for the most consecutive free throws made at Iowa. And whereas in June 19, 1993, the entire state of Iowa mourned the tragic loss of Chris after losing his life in an automobile accident. Now, therefore, I, Steve Richardson, Mayor of the City of Indianola, do hereby proclaim on what would have been his 54th birthday, Monday, February 2nd, 2026, as Chris Street Day in the City of Indianola, and urge citizens to celebrate Iowa's Indianola's basketball legend. In the words of Tom Davis, Chris represented all that is good about the Midwest and the state of Iowa. He was open, caring, honest, loving, and lived life to the fullest every day. We want to remember everything Chris represented. He was one of the greatest Hawkeyes of all time. And I'm getting old. 54 years. Thank you. Community update. Couple of things from my calendars here too. I think we kind of went through all of that. So anything from anybody on community updates?
We've got a couple of girls Indianola wrestlers.
That's right, we do. They made state, if I'm not mistaken. Very good. Mayor Pro Tem appointment, as Steve mentioned at the last council meeting, and thank you again, Steve, for that. I would like to appoint Ron Dalby as Mayor Pro Tem. That's just an appointment that I'll make for 1 year. At that time, then we'll take a look and move it around the table. Again, to Steve's credit, that was his idea, and I think it's a great idea. So Ron's the most senior here, so I think that makes some sense. So he will be our next Mayor Pro Tem. We're on to new business. Chapter 165.1, zoning regulations, a public hearing regarding an ordinance amending Chapter 165.10.8, zoning regulations, the code of ordinances, Indianola, Iowa. I take a motion, a second, and we'll let Bill talk about it. Second. Motion, a second. You're up.
Thank you,
I
Mayor,
need to
Council.
call roll.
What?
I need to call roll.
That's right, it is a public hearing, yes. You're not quite up yet, Bill. Shit.
Councilmember Rabe. Dalby. Armstrong.
Aye.
Davis. Jones. Lane.
I'm just getting so excited. I thought, I get to see Bill here. So there we go. Bill, now you are up.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. I feel like it's been a long time since I've been up here.
Yeah.
The first code amendment we have tonight is relating to wall signage. Back in 2020, the city underwent a comprehensive zoning code update, and as part of that, Confluence prepared a revised zoning code for the city. As part of that, they offered us a condensed version, a more user-friendly version than a codified version. So recently, we noticed a discrepancy between the two, and we're looking to just kind of bring those together. The condensed version has a maximum wall signage of 1.5 square feet of signage allowed per linear foot of building frontage, up to 100 square feet. The codified version doesn't have a maximum square footage area, so we're looking to propose that maximum square footage as was provided in the condensed version. We feel that the condensed version is what Confluence and what the city wanted, but it was
Never got there.
something missed in the codified version. So, yeah. So basically, what's existing is on the left. 1.5 square feet of signage per linear foot of wall frontage facing a public street, and the proposed version offers those maximum allowable square footages. Additionally, back in 2022, Planning Commission and City Council both approved a different wall sign ordinance that was never codified, and that one was 10% of the total wall footage. So it's kind of all over the place, and we're just looking to bring everything together and offer that maximum square footage as proposed. And happy to take any questions.
Questions for Bill? Ron, you have any questions?
Right. So what's in the condensed version is kind of what the city has utilized until we notice the discrepancy, and then we're just looking to bring the condensed version into the codified version.
Any other questions? I need a motion to close the public hearing. Second. Call the roll, please.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Rabe. Aye. Dalby. Armstrong.
Aye.
Davis. Aye. Jones.
First consideration of an ordinance amending chapter 170.051C subdivision regulations of code. Is that right?
No, 165.
That's right. First consideration of the ordinance 165.10.8. Yep. Zoning or regulations, city of Indianola. Yep. On the wrong side. Need a motion to do that. So moved. Second. Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Rabe.
Aye.
Dalby. Armstrong.
Aye.
Davis. Aye. Jones.
Motion carries 6-0. We need a motion to move into public hearing regarding an ordinance amending chapter 170.051C subdivision regulations code ordinance of the city of Indianola.
So moved.
Second.
Motion to second. Call the roll, please.
Councilmember Jones. Aye. Lane.
Aye.
Rabe.
Aye.
Dalby. Armstrong.
Aye.
Davis. Aye.
Motion carries. We're now in a public hearing. Must be the one again.
Thank you, Mayor. Apologies for the super small text up here, but this one is regarding preliminary plats and our subdivision regulations. Historically, the city of Indianola, when someone submitted a preliminary plat, prior to that plat going to Planning Commission, City Council, staff was required to send out notices to all property owners within 200 square feet, kind of above and beyond what the state requires, which is no notification is required. So when I started, it was one of those things that we looked at during the first budget season when I was here, as a way to help reduce costs. as part of the overall development, if you go from virgin agricultural land through development, you rezone properties, and as part of that rezoning, that one you're required to send out mailings to property owners within 200 feet of the subject property. So essentially, those mailings would be doubled for the same project. So that was one of the reasons why we looked at eliminating that mailing requirement. When it was presented to the Planning Commission, discussion at that meeting to instead require the developer to place a sign on the property similar to what is required for rezonings. So once Bryce started, that's something we looked at again. And again, the state does not require any type of notification, any type of on-site signage, any type of mailings for preliminary plats. So we're looking to remove that line from the ordinance and essentially kind of take the preliminary plat process through staff review and then planning commission, city council, pretty seamlessly and help streamline that process. Requiring additional notifications does not help. It's an additional monetary burden to the developer. It's added staff time to go out and look at the signage. It's not a state requirement. If there is a weather event, the sign could fall over, which require the developer to go back and replace it, even though we can't see it. So there's a couple of different reasons why we're looking to just eliminate it, go back to in line with what's required by the state, which is no noticing. To add to that, we're also beginning to revamp our current projects on our website to help keep the public informed. And we're looking to eliminate that final line. Oh, sorry, I had them out of order. So eliminate the line that says, before reviewing a preliminary plat, notice of the commission's meeting shall be placed on a sign prepared and posted by the applicant. The sign shall be of such design that is approved by the zoning administrator and be in a location that is visible from all rights of way. The sign shall be posted at least 10 days prior to the commission meeting and shall remain in place until the city council has taken final action. So that's the line we're looking to eliminate. I'm happy to take any questions.
So your recommendation is that the notification to residents would be through the project website?
Essentially, right? It's no notification is required by the state, so we're just looking to be in line with that. This is the only city where I've had to do mailings or signage for preliminary plats.
But you've already done that to rezone the property, though. You've already sent, when you do rezone the property, you do send out mailings.
Mailings and a sign is required on the property. This is basically copy and paste from what's required from the rezoning, taking it and requiring it for preliminary plat.
So a sign's already been up with the property?
If it's been if it went through a rezoning process, sometimes it doesn't have to go through a rezoning process where you can just go from a platted piece of ground that's already platted and then they want to develop it. And you would start with a preliminary plat and then there would be no notifications.
Anyone in the audience have any comments or would like to comment on the item? Ron, anything from you? All right. I would, if not here, no other further questions, I take a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Okay. Motion a second. Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Rabe? Dalby? Armstrong?
Aye.
Davis?
Aye.
Sones?
Right?
Lane?
Aye.
Motion carries. We are on to the next item, public hearing regarding amending chapter 170.05.2A. What's that?
Approve.
Pass one.
I'm sorry.
Approve the ordinance.
That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? Jeez. Melissa, I think it's really contagious tonight.
I don't know.
First consideration of the ordinance amendment chapter 170.05.1C subdivision regulations. I need a motion a second.
So moved.
Second.
Motion a second. Any further conversation? Hearing none. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Dalby? Armstrong?
Aye.
Davis? Aye. Sones?
Aye.
Lane?
Aye.
Rabe?
Motion carries 6-0. Now, move on to a public hearing regarding an ordinance amending chapter 170.05.2A subdivision required regulations, Code of Ordinances, Indianola, Iowa.
So moved.
Second.
Motion a second. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Davis? Aye. Sones?
Aye.
Lane.
Aye.
Rabe.
Aye.
Dolby. Armstrong.
Motion carries. We're in a public hearing regarding that ordinance. Bill, you must be the one again.
Thank you, Mayor. This one is involving final plat procedures in our subdivision regulations. If you remember last year, I brought an ordinance before you guys regarding preliminary plating procedures, which had the same language in it, which wasn't, we didn't see that until a couple of months ago. Regarding final plats, that line says, at the request of the owner or designee, the final plat shall be forwarded to the council for its review, regardless of the zoning administrator determination that the final plat is complete. This is challenging for us because, worst case scenario, a developer can say, submit a final plat, say, I want this to go to council now. Part of the problem is we don't get a chance to review it administratively. Our goal as community development staff is to bring you projects that are ready to approve, not ready, or not. We don't want you guys to say, no, take it back to the drawing board. Same thing with planning commission. We want to bring a nicely gift wrap package to you guys that has been reviewed and is ready to be approved. Additionally, there are fees that are involved with final plats. The final plat review fee is one of them. We require legal documents to be submitted prior to forwarding final plats to council. Additionally, for residential plats, parkland dedication is now a requirement. If they're not dedicating parkland, they can dedicate a fee in lieu of, so that fee has to be collected by us before we can take it to council. So just a number of reasons why we feel like we should be the ones who are determining when final plats are going to planning commission and city council. So looking to eliminate that line, the rest of it will remain the same. I'm happy to take any questions.
Questions from the audience? Hearing none, I would take a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved. Second.
Motion is second. Becky?
Councilmember Sons.
Aye.
Lane.
Aye.
Rabe.
Aye.
Dolby. Armstrong.
Aye.
Davis. Aye.
Motion carries 6-0. We are in first consideration of an ordinance amending chapter 170-06-052A, subdivision regulations of the Code of Ordinances, Indianola, Iowa. Motion is second, please. Second. Motion is second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, clerk call the roll, please.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Rabe.
Aye.
Dolby. Armstrong.
Aye.
Davis. Aye. Sons.
6-0. We are now on to a resolution approving the purchase of weight and fitness equipment for the Indianola Wellness Campus. Can I get a motion? Doug talk.
So moved.
Second.
A motion is second. Doug?
Thank you, Mayor. Council. I'm Doug Byland, Chief of Culture and Recreation. I think you have a good memo about what we're looking to do here. Just really provide a little Jake's thunder for next council meeting. We just did a membership drive here in January. There was 208 new units and 483 new members that equated to. Last year there was 157, so we ended up with 50 new members than last year. January is kind of a normal time of the year for people to get new memberships. But to add to that, we need to start making a conscious effort to improve the equipment and the membership experience so we can retain them in the long run. So what we're suggesting we do is buy 2 pieces of equipment, this A-Stack machine from the Matrix machine and the Matrix leg press, which we haven't had a leg press at the IWC for like 3 years now. Portion is $25,000 from Johnson Fitness and Wellness. And I'll get my numbers right. About $15,000 comes from the IWC Capital Fund, $4,800 from the improvement fee that the members are paying every month, and then $5,199 from a donation from their friends of IWC, which was formed this fall. And that's what we have in front of you.
Okay. Any members of the audience wish to speak on this issue? Anybody on the council have any questions?
Thanks, Doug.
Yeah.
And some of the updates we gave. Yes, I wait for Jake's thunder in two weeks. But yeah, I mean, I've kind of expressed my stuff to Jake of investing into the facility. So glad to see it.
Someone that just signed up this weekend, and my husband went through. That was one of his first comments. So I don't work out, let's be honest. I'm in the pool, so. When he did, so he had made the comment, he's like, that could be updated. So,
It's just the first step.
yeah.
I have a question. So I saw that there was a maintenance plan on the equipment. Does that cover like anything that should need updating
The
as well?
equipment does have warranty. And then, but this also has people, or, don't quote me wrong on the company that comes in and does the repairs for us. As long as it's
Service
covering the
contract.
warranty, it won't be any normal wear and tear for sure, but any breakage or something like that will be covered in the warranty.
How long is that?
It's 4 years.
Nice work by the Friends of the IWC.
Yeah.
They've been pretty active so far in the past 2 months.
Nice money to raise in a short time.
Appreciate the work of the folks that are in this room. Yeah, any further questions for Doug? If not, Jackie, you are calling roll.
Councilmember Davis.
Aye.
Jones.
Aye.
Lane.
Aye.
Ray.
Aye.
Dolby. Armstrong.
Motion carries 6-0. We are on the city manager's report.
Good evening, Mayor, and members of the council. A few items to cover. I want to thank our communications manager, Aaron Young, in the back there, with the city council goals that were adopted a meeting or two ago. Aaron went ahead and inserted those initiatives within the strategic plan, so that's updated on our website. There's also been some social media posts that have gone out and drawn attention to some of the priorities of our group and things that we're working towards accomplish here over the next couple of years. So thank you to Aaron and thank you to the council for approving those initiatives, and staff is already hard at work on starting to achieve some of those items. I want to wish warm congratulations to our colleague Chris Longer at IMU, who had retired after 30 years of service to both the city and IMU. She had a welcome or a send-off event here over between our last meetings, so an opportunity to wish her well and very well-deserved retirement. Going back to Aaron, we are in the process of launching our updated website redesign. We anticipate that we will launch that redesigned website on February 10th, and there will be more information to come here over the coming days on that updated website. So look forward to unveiling that and giving members of the public a more user-friendly experience as they navigate our website. I also want to thank Michelle and her staff, as well as the community, for coming together for what I believe was a very successful Super Bowl. Great opportunity for folks to come out and enjoy free soups on Fridays in the month of January. They were delicious. I can speak from that firsthand. So a great event, and hopefully that was one that is able to continue in the future. Great opportunity to bring folks together, enjoy the library, and lots of good conversations in the meantime. I want to thank some of our community partners. Some of us had an opportunity to tour some of the new facilities that are coming online within our community. One of them being the Iowa Suns facility. I know they're already hosting tournaments, so thank you to the developers who brought that online. And so far, I'm hearing wonderful things, great fan experiences, and we're seeing increased traffic into the community, which is a wonderful opportunity to tourism, opportunity for tourism, and to support some of our local businesses. And then I also want to thank our friends at Simpson College. They provided a tour for some of us at the new gymnastic facility. Again, another wonderful facility, opportunity for more student athletes in Iowa and across the country to come to Simpson and experience Indianola. So exciting times to see 2 new facilities coming online that offer additional amenities to the city and our community.
They had 2 meets there, and they both have been standing room only. It's been a great opportunity. Talked to a young gentleman that was from New Hampshire that came to Simpson simply and solely because of gymnastics. So it's a great facility. And, you get a chance sometime if they do have another meeting. Just go see the skill those kids have. It's just incredible. So,
Do we know how?
Bob, you've been there. I think you've been there too. Is that right?
Yes. It's pretty impressive.
Certainly.
And the amazing thing about it is they literally started with nothing, and within their first 3 months they had, if I have this, it'll be close, about 30 student athletes, and now the program is up to 60 in total.
Yeah, 30 women and 30 men, if I'm not mistaken.
They do a great job.
With that said, we're off on
Can I
to.
ask a question?
You go right ahead.
Do we know how many meets they'll have a year?
We don't know, or at least I don't know that off the top of my head. Certainly we could ask them. I think one of the things I do know that I thought was very impressive, that in all of Division I, Division II, and Division III colleges, Simpson is now one of 15 to have men's gymnastics. So one of the very few in all of the country. And I believe on the women's side, they were one of 30 at the Division III level to have a women's gymnastics program. So a strong draw certainly for the college and the community.
Do they give scholarships out at Simpson for that yet, or?
Division III is not,
They do not?
can't do that, in 3 scholarships, but,
Good to know.
Merit-based state.
and so they, but they compete against, if I'm not mistaken, Oklahoma State. I think Iowa State still has a club gymnastics team, but they compete against big schools as well as small schools. So it's, they did have, I think, a couple of the larger universities here at their very first meet, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and the vast majority of those 60 students are from out of state. We're
Absolutely.
bringing families in from a long ways away. I think it's really good for the community.
You know, they, in softball at least, Iowa club team. competed against.
Okay, discussion regarding future agenda items. I want to make sure that you all got a copy of the committee assignments. Is that correct? Okay. We need to look at that and have a discussion about those. Probably, what do we think, Jake?
Where-
with it?
When did I get that?
I was sent to you. I was sent to you via email.
They went on the last week's City Connection.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was like, we should apply something.
Now we know who doesn't read it.
I'm behind.
Oh, man, I got 700 in my work email.
I am behind still.
So that'll be that's on the agenda for future discussion items. Something else I wrote down here. Anybody else have anything else they want? Oh, well, obviously we need to have the resolution for to bring back. I think if we can bring that back to the next council meeting, that'd be great.
Are you asking for future agenda items?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
We have not yet approved Jake's 12-month goals.
I think, did we?
I drafted them and sent them out to everyone. I got responses from only a couple of people, but we have not approved them through council.
Future agenda then. Anything else? Okay.
I'd like to bring up study sessions again.
Study sessions, if I may, are on the agenda for the next study session. Which is, we'll have a study session on study sessions.
Scheme of my thoughts. I'll be in Oskaloosa for basketball, so.
Okay, anything else? That I would take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion and a second.
Okay.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed? We're adjourned. We'll move into exempt session. What?
It's a link, that's why. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I read it and I was like,
I said you would have known right now.
Yeah, just
it's gonna be
Just
talked about.
I usually like just scroll through everything.
I didn't-
Okay.